Hello, nice to see you, and thank you that you are here with me to talk about Lighthouse.
Thank you, Maria, for inviting me. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Could you please introduce yourself at the very beginning so people will get to know you better?
Yes. Yeah, I'm Marian, the business shaman. I'm Danish. I live up here in the Swiss Alps, and I'm just unfolding my path right now. And it's so beautiful to live your calling and to being here for helping female entrepreneurs, business owners, and transformational leaders to fully step into their lights, to shine their light from inside out so that they can embrace their gifts and share it with the world. So that's me.
Thank you. It's a lot. Yes. And basically you work online, yes?
Yeah, I also work offline up here in my home office, you can say so, with local people that I've worked with because I've had a clinic of Chinese medicine for over 15 years. That's where my foundation is. I still do that a little bit up here for the people who needs me locally, but otherwise, yes, it's online and international, and yeah, whoever needs me, I'm there, because online we have that huge reach today, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think this is very important because it makes our conversation today possible, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. So, Marian, I was inspired by your talk with Janet Bray Atwood, and I remember Janet said something like the women today can be like a lighthouse, like a lighthouses for each other, for whole community. And I was so inspired by this sentence that it really, really like created big shift for me in my perception of what is going on now. And I would like to ask you, what does it mean to be a lighthouse for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to be a lighthouse is I think first of all it's an inner journey to get to the lighthouse within you. We all have our journeys in life that you could say dim our light, or we're into big life lessons, and that's what we call it also sometimes dark night of the soul or stuff. But in the deepest darkness we will really find our light. And I think lighthouses are people who've been to deep journeys, deep soul journeys, deep inner journeys, and there they find a light. And that's for me what a lighthouse is. That's where you really turn on the biggest shining light, and you can be the light for other people on their path and their journeys in life.
Yeah, I'm glad that you said it like this, because it really shows that the process of becoming a lighthouse may take years. Yeah.
Yeah. Time is relevant, right? Time is what we have in Western worlds, and we feel like it's a line going. But working with Chinese medicine, old tradition, ancient traditions with shamanism, time is just so different. And it's more like it's a journey of life. And we just are asked to do our journeys, and they are also healing journeys. So healing is maybe always there and always a journey. And we always have obstacles and struggles to overcome or to learn from, big life lessons. And I think the more we are conscious about this and ready for awakening and ready for learning from the biggest struggles and see them as gifts, being in it or coming over on the other side, that's where the whole thing about lighthouses comes out. And that's where we get to know ourselves. So it's a whole life journey, I think, and it's not just, how long does it take, or how that's so different from us.
Mm-hmm.
Some young people I've met already, they are very awakened already, and they have been through something big, but they are so ready to be enlightened at once. So that's so individual, I believe. Where do we start walking down the path of the light and the love?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for putting this in this perspective, because you know, when I start to post this hashtag I'm a lighthouse, then few people contact me and saying like, I don't feel like one, like I am the lighthouse. What should I do to be one? And sometimes this change doesn't have to last like next 5 years. It can be also pretty like dynamic, because there is a long story before. Yeah, you were not born yesterday.
Yeah, and I think, you know, people contacting you and saying, I don't feel like a lighthouse, but if they're already resonating with that hashtag of yours, there is definitely something in them calling them. And that's the most important thing. That's the first wanting to turn on the light, you know, and wanting to be curious about what does it mean? What is a lighthouse? Am I too? And already acting on it. I believe you are. We all lighthouses. We all have our shining inside and our wisdom and our inner knowing. And to start, you know, right now the whole world is asking us to turn inside. And by doing that, you will get in contact with your light and you will find it. It's just different if the light is turned up or if it's turned down. So go in and find it and start turning it up, yeah.
I wonder how you are doing this, how you are turning up your light, and how you are taking care of your light, because it does require taking care of.
Yeah, and first of all, I think we get lost, you know, where is the light and what is light for me personal, you know, compared to the journey that we each on, and also our family history has also something to do with our light. And something happens when it's calling you. What is your light? What is your calling? What is your purpose? We're always living our purpose, I think, but sometimes it's just more there are changes. Mine was, you know, feeling that Chinese medicine was coming to an end. That was my path any longer. And that kind of shivered me a lot, you know, wow, but this is my calling. But there was a new calling, a new path. And there, the first was, you know, kind of feel like the light was dimmed. But as the light is dimmed, you go inside again. And you start to get to know yourself again more and deeper and in another way. So go inwards to find your light and be respectful about it. Have people help you go in there to support and find your light. And then it comes naturally again. But it's that inner journey and getting connected to it, and truly that sparkle of light that you are inside. And then it's an outer journey again, coming out and then talking about your light, talking about your process. And there I think you go and be the light again.
Mm-hmm. It takes some internal work, yeah? Yes.
Sure, yeah.
What I remember from our first few conversation was this what you said about this changing point in your life, that it wasn't always so bright as it is now, as we can see now. There were like many deep, dark moments and nights of the soul. And I would like to ask you about those experiences, like if you are in one, how to approach it, how to really feel it, in order to embrace it fully, because it's there for a reason.
Yeah, surrender, right, to what's happening right now, instead of trying to hold onto something you think you are to be or to live, or, you know, again, that control and everything. And we are so good at humans at that. But to surrender to everything that's happening right now, and not blaming everything or somebody on the outside, but taking responsibility for it. And then sometimes it really needs to let go and say, okay, something is not flowing here. This is not calling me. This is not my path right now. And in letting go, a new door opens. But so often you have to close one door first, right before the next one can go open. That can be really scary. But I think that's what we are called to do. Close some doors sometimes to whatever it is we think was right, to then have the doors open that's really right. And I love the sentence also that sometimes we have to lose our mind to go to our senses. And I think that's so true as well, you know, get out of that mind again to feel it again and be inside of yourself and connect to that beautiful heart that's sensing more than a structure again you have up in your head where you want to be safe and everything. But to go over a safety border or out of your comfort zone, that's where we have to let go. And I've had to let go many times.
Yes. Still, yeah, it's interesting. Like I feel it never really ends. Yeah, just new layers of letting go and changing.
Yeah. And definitely, because not to get stuck in a structure you think you have to be in, yeah. But then to feel it. What is it now? What's calling me? How do I do this? Yeah. To get into something bigger, working much more from your intuition on and yeah, letting that guide you, let your heart guide you.
How do you see the whole situation in you know, for us as a human beings? Like, what are the opportunities here? What is the treasure in all this that we are experiencing now?
Yeah, and which is amazing because it's global, right? It's not just a few countries or something, it's really global. So it says a lot about how I think leaders are acting to all of this in the world, and leaders that we have chosen to be leaders for us. And that's for each country maybe, but it's also leaders in small unities or in your own community also, and so close as into your home also. And then it's the leader in your own life also. To really feel and wake up to who am I? Am I living that life that I really desire? Like not from my ego desire, but from my heart. Am I living after those values that I have? What are my values also? How can I truly be who I am on a deep level? So I think we're all asked to reflect on this right now, as we are asked to be at home, in stillness, with our loved ones, with our families, and also having confrontations there because we're not used to this. And I'm working at home, and now everybody is at home all the time. So I'm asked to surrender again to something and not just follow a structure that was before. It's different now again. And what comes in the first row? Yes, we are in our first row ourselves, but our families are in the first row right now because it's globally asked for us to go home with our families. And I think we always learn a lot at home.
Yes, sometimes too much. I feel, you know, it's like overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah, but to surrender to that right now, Maria, right? Because that's what's asked of us. And then go in there and be at home. Yeah, what does it mean to be at home? Both with our families, but in ourselves also.
Yeah. I'm very inspired by this process that you are doing with your clients, that like leading them to the light, and then it's so easy to really shine this light outside, because I feel sometimes people are looking for some magic solutions outside of them. Yeah, give me some, I don't know, tool, strategy, test, or whatever, some platform. And what you are doing and what I experienced working with you is that I went to myself. I found something, and then I was so ready to share it, because this is the fruit of our process together. Yeah, that I'm sharing this inspiration of this concept, this metaphor of being a lighthouse.
We are just all diamonds inside, right? But of course life had made it so that the diamond can be hiding sometimes, or it needs to be polished, or layers needs to be taken off, and that's, I think, a greatest gift of life, that we are here, you know, that we can do a journey, a transformational journey, just like the world is asking us to do also. And as we do that, from rebirth to asking big questions to confronting with the deepest fear and death and dying, you know, and all of that, that is a gift actually. And we often get fearful about and step away from it. But it's again that picture of being called home. There's so much to learn just inside our little home here. And I think that's the most valuable thing there is. And that's where we find our light and our lighthouse, being called home to who we are. And that's from shamanism. You know, we say that when traumas happens, to use a word like this, or situations where we can't be in, we lose a soul part. So all of this is calling soul parts home to ourselves again, that we can be fully ourselves again and shine our light with all the flaws and scars and everything. But we're all good. We don't need really fixing. We just need to come home again and call everything home that we need, so that we are at home. And that is what inspires me to do what I do today, and support women who are leaders and who are doing great work with others, that they can be even stronger, empowered, and standing their light, to be a lighthouse for others.
Thank you. I was wondering if you can share like maybe some simple thing that we can use, you know, because listening to you is already showing that there are a lot of things can be different than now. Yeah, there's like a new perspective is opening while you are saying about this journey and this finding and this reflecting the light. So maybe someone is interested, like, okay, it sounds good, but where should I start? Like how, what to do? Maybe you have some, like a simple thing that we can do right now, or, you know, during the day, to be connected to this home.
Yeah, very simple is and some of the things that I was kind of showed in the beginning of coming home. It's connecting to the heart. The heart is so much more than a physical pump that we have. It's a magical place. So just starting to do that journey from your head to your heart, because our heart is so much talked about how important it is, and the intellect and everything, and school is raising us for all of this education. But the most valuable education for me is life is teaching us wisdom. And that comes from the heart. So just starting to put your hands on your heart and connect to the heart and feel it. Feel your heartbeat, starting to connect to that inner voice that's in there, your intuition. We know from research already that the heart can pick up things even before we see it with the physical eye. So there's so much to be taught about it. The energy of the heart, it's the vibrations are so much huge, and the reach and the connection to the heart energy. And in Chinese medicine, that ancient tradition, the heart is the emperor. The mind shall only follow. So I think the first thing is just starting to get connected here. And your hands have huge energy centers. So like when you say hello to somebody, you connect with their energy and that heart center. And we know it from Qigong and Tai Chi and everything. So start making that conscious connection to the heart. Then maybe go on the ground with your bare feet. We are coming into spring and summer now up here in this part of the world. And so just go out there and connect to the earth as you're connecting to your heart. Feel that beat like your heart has here also on the ground. And it sounds maybe like, whoa, but it's so natural actually. And that's what, for me also, shamanism is all about. It's just natural. We have often lost our roots in the Western world. The way we have been guiding also, and everything is breaking down right now. So I think it's asking us to come back to something simple, simplicity. So put your hands on your heart and walk on Mother Earth and just feel the beat and hear the birds and hear the water and all of this. Very simple. And I think that's going to be such a great gift for all of us moving forward.
Yeah, that's easily done. Thank you for this.
Yes.
And actually, I also observed that the more I'm into the heart energy, the more often I touch myself. Like, you know, I put the hand on my heart and really like I'm in touch with this energy. Yeah, it's really amazing that this simple gesture can like speed up the whole process, so to say. Yeah. Because then it's become more physical. It's not a concept, you know, but it's really like physical. As you said, we can sense it.
And when you say this, Maria, about the heart power and how you're connecting more and more through it, and the leader you are in your field, in your country and everything. And I'm just thinking about right now where we have to have distance, right? And we can just say hello, they're doing this, but maybe we can go back to doing this, you know, and to say hello from your heart level to everybody. And in that way, that gesture is, I'm greeting the divine in you as I have the divine in me. Mm-hmm. And that's something, so there is so much in other countries. And I remember when I was 20 and I traveled around the world for a year, and I was in Nepal, was my first country. The first time I learned about this, right? Yeah. So I think that's something we can also learn here in Western. Start greeting like this, you know, and from the heart level, and I see the divine in you. That's also, you know, if you feel like wanting to call the divine in somebody else forward, it will come in you too. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Marian, I remember from your program the very special sentence that you say as an ending of the session. Maybe sometimes it's also as a beginning. And I would like to ask you to finish this conversation with this sentence. You probably know what I'm talking about. It's so beautiful and so uplifting that it will be nice to share this with the world.
Yeah, I would love to, Maria. And of course I know what you mean, because it's a core thing that I also learned through the shamanism. And I went that path because I wanted to experience it myself and root to shamanism, which is working on the soul level. And my shaman always do this, and I do this too. And I think we can all take this to our hearts also and do it and be conscious about it. Because you are a circle. The earth is a circle. The universe is a circle. And there's always a hand above you and below you protecting you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
It was so beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you too, Maria. And thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you. Sending lots of light and love. Yeah, life indeed. Yeah, to Swiss Alps. And I'm very glad that we do have connection, you know, online connection. So it was possible for us to spend some time and exchanging these amazing ideas. Thank you.
Thank you too, Maria.
All the best.
All the best to you too, and everybody watching here.
Bye.
Bye.